In Luke chapter 18, verse 31 through 34, Jesus takes his disciples aside and predicts his suffering, death, and resurrection. This is now the third time he's spoken to them on the subject, but this time it is in such minute detail and with such pinpoint accuracy, you'd think he had taken a portal to the future, literally traveled the multiverse, and come back after witnessing it. First of all, Jesus says in verse 31, "Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and all things that are written by the prophets concerning the Son of Man shall be accomplished." He goes on in verse 32, and here's where we get the finest detail. "For he shall be delivered unto the Gentiles." Matthew 27 verse 2 shows the fulfillment. "And they bound him and led him away and delivered him over to Pilate the governor." Next, Jesus predicts in verse 32, "And I shall be mocked." Matthew 27, verse 27 through 29 shows the fulfillment. "Then the soldiers of the governor took Jesus into the governor's headquarters, and they gathered the whole battalion before him, and they stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him, and twisting together a crown of thorns, they put it on his head, and put a reed in his right hand. And kneeling before him, they mocked him, saying, 'Hail, King of the Jews!'" Next, Jesus predicts in verse 32, "And I shall be spitefully entreated and spitted on." Matthew 27, verse 30 and 31 shows the fulfillment. "And they spit on him and took the reed and struck him on the head. And when they had mocked him, they stripped him of the robe and put his own clothes on him and led him away to crucify him." Next, Jesus predicts in verse 33, "And they shall scourge him, me." Matthew 27, verse 26 shows the fulfillment. "Then he, Pilate, released for them Barabbas, and having scourged Jesus, delivered him to be crucified." Next, in verse 33, Jesus predicts, "And put him to death." Matthew 27, verse 50 shows the fulfillment. "And Jesus cried out again with a loud voice and yielded up his spirit." And finally now, in verse 33, Jesus predicts, "And the third day I shall rise again." Matthew 28, verse 5 and 6 shows the fulfillment. "But the angel said to the women, 'Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here in the tomb, for he has risen, as he said. Come see the place where he lay.'" It is simply impossible to predict the future, let alone with the pinpoint accuracy of the author of it, except for Jesus Christ. He not only knows exactly what will happen, he controls it completely and will have his way. No one can stop him. Indeed, Jesus has secured our redemption through his suffering, death, and resurrection.